Awesome. Well, again, I'm Susan Sears. I'm the director for Go Gen Go. We are providing financial support for those fighting breast cancer. And just a little bit about Go Gen Go. This is our beautiful co-founder, Jen Pagani. She co-founded the foundation with her husband in 2009. Jen was diagnosed right after the birth of her second son, and she was diagnosed with stage 3 invasive ductal carcinoma. She fought for about 6.5 years. Unfortunately, she passed away in February of 2014. But before she did that, she started giving back. And what she would do is actually give gift cards to other survivors that she met as they were going through their chemotherapy treatments. She had an outpouring of support, and she just wanted to share that with others that were not in the as fortunate as she was at the time. So what we are doing is providing hope and critical support to those individuals in the greater Charlotte area. And how we do that is through helping with household bills. So we are specifically helping pay rent, utilities, transportation, and groceries necessities. So we have our patient assistance program, and really pretty simple. We have our eligibility is that you must be diagnosed with breast cancer. We are specific for breast cancer only. Reside or receive treatment in the greater Charlotte, North Carolina area, and to be currently in active treatment. So we award grants, based on the financial need for those daily living expenses. And as I mentioned before, we're paying for mortgage, rent, hotel costs if you have to travel for treatment, utilities, transportation to and from treatment, and those groceries and necessities, which we all know expenses have increased so much across the board for everyone. And so we're really seeing an increased number of applications coming in, up to 2 to 3 per day. And that's really quite a jump for us. One thing that I will mention is that we don't specifically help with medical expenses. Jen's vision and her mission was all about helping with these household bills. And so we really do stick with that as what we're doing. The thing is, as you have medical expenses coming up, you can say that you need help with your household bills. So we can, help direct that money to the household bills through Go Gen Go, and look at other resources to help with medical expenses. And how we do this, it could be a single allocation. Sometimes survivors come to us and they've already been in treatment for a few months and they're behind on a bill, and we're able to give a single allocation that really helps get that bill taken care of. Or it could be a monthly stipend as you're going through treatment. So if it's 3 months, 6 months, it would be a check that's sent to you every month. And so how to apply? About 60% of our applications actually come through a referral partner, and that could be a social worker or nurse navigator. And so they can apply on a patient's behalf through our website, or we also have a PDF fillable form that can be sent and emailed to us for review. We also have the opportunity for survivors to go directly to our website and apply on their own. So the application really is pretty simple. It's about 2 pages, and some of the basic information that we're asking is for, of course, your contact information, details surrounding your breast cancer diagnosis, your treatment plan, length of treatment, your employment and income information, and any details about what your primary financial need is. And if you do have past due bills, we would just ask for copies of that to help us see a picture of where you are financially and how we can help support in the best manner. One thing that we do ask for is just a medical letter confirming the diagnosis and the treatment, really the length of treatment, so that we can, again, best determine the length of time that we're supporting an individual and how best to do that. And a little bit about our grant process. So as applications come in, we do have a GoGenGo grant committee. We are currently reviewing applications twice a month, and our goal really is to respond to an individual within 3 weeks. One thing that we are very proud of is that we get back to people just as quickly as we can, because we know the need is right now, and we don't want to keep someone in a queue for several months while bills are continuing to pile up. And so we really are proud of our ability to get an application reviewed and financial assistance to a survivor just as soon as we can. During that application review, there's the potential that we would reach out and ask for additional information if something's incomplete, or if we're not quite sure, something regarding your request, or the medical letter is missing. So we'll get back to you with that request. And then again, you're not put into a new queue. It's just, as soon as we get that information, then we're reviewing the application again right away.
That's great. I mean, a quick turnaround time is so
Yeah,
important when you're talking with, about bills that are due, whether
Yeah.
that's keeping the electricity on or paying a car payment. So
yes,
that's great.
definitely. Unfortunately, we've had situations where survivors are, being threatened with eviction. And so I've
Right.
driven checks to apartment complexes before, just to say,
wonderful.
this is not happening,
Right.
not on our watch. So,
Good.
but how we actually distribute the grants is that checks are mailed directly to the patient, and then that money is theirs to spend on the bill that they choose. And we mail checks right around the 1st and 15th of each month, so that the checks are in the survivor's hands by those dates, because we know that rent is typically the 1st, and other bills oftentimes are on the 15th of the month. So as we're reviewing applications twice a month, individuals would be put into either that 1st or the 15th check distribution. One really cool thing about GoGenGo, I think, is that we offer extensions, and that's just a quick conversation notification to us if treatment is extended for any particular reason. There's complications or just additional time is required to be off of work. We're happy to extend as long as an individual is in active treatment. And then we often do have patients that reapply. It's unfortunate, we've seen several grantees from the past come back to us because of a recurrence, and but we do not have any type of one time only,
That's good to
or
Yeah.
You have to wait a year. There's nothing like that. We're here to help when the help is needed. So we're
wonderful.
definitely all about that.
That's great. That's really good to know.
And I wanted to just share one of our beautiful survivors, Miss Melissa. She was diagnosed in September of 21 with stage 2B triple negative breast cancer. And we were able to help Melissa with a $250 stipend for 6 months. And you can see there, she wrote, GoGenGo alleviated some of the financial burden of everyday living. I get to focus on beating cancer with the comfort of knowing I still can keep my home. And Melissa came out to our 5K race earlier this year. No matter the thunderstorm that was happening that morning, she was there and was able to share her story with the individuals that came to our event. And, it's just survivors like this that we're so grateful to be able to help support them while they're going through treatment. We understand the difficulty and the stress that you're under, and we really want to help relieve some of that as much as we can. I wish I could do so much more,
Well, the organization is growing,
Yes,
and you guys are out there making more connections with the community and getting more funding. So that's wonderful.
So
You're working
I'm
hard.
certainly grateful for Carrie and Carolina Breast Friends and other organizations here locally that help support breast cancer survivors. We're all doing what we do best, I believe, and together we're really able to make a difference for individuals in our community.
Yes, wonderful.